All right, Ethan here with the delineation desk. Today we are going to look at a stream, or slough I should say, in my neighborhood, and we're going to talk about it. So this is the slough we're going to be talking about today. This is the Stevenson Slough, which is in my neighborhood here, and it actually flows to the San Bernard River, which is the local river here closest to us. And yeah, this is what I would classify an intermittent stream, and we'll talk about that more here in a second. Okay, so now I'm down here on the stream bank, or the slough bank, and this intermittent stream, it's called that because it flows seasonally, or it flows for the most part of the year. It's what would be considered semi-permanent flow, and which means semi-permanent means, I believe, it's got to flow at least 3 months out of the year. This slough only really dries up in dry seasons or in droughts, but for the most part it is flowing. Now you also have ephemeral and you have perennial streams. Ephemeral streams are streams that flow pretty much directly after rainfall, and perennial streams are streams that have water in them year round that are flowing. So like your rivers, your major streams, those are the ones that would be considered perennial. So another item I want to talk about is the ordinary high water mark. You may also see the acronym OHWM. That basically means the ordinary height of the water. So if you look at this stream, or this slough, and you look at it in the middle, you don't see much vegetation, but then you start getting to the edges and you start seeing really thick vegetation come in. And so that difference between the minimum vegetation and the thick vegetation will probably be your ordinary high water mark. If we look closer here on an example, you'll see the water flowing, and then if you look here, you'll see kind of a line from where the vegetation starts and where it stops. And then you start going up here and you see vegetation, and it starts getting thicker and thicker, and of course then you get up into the upland up there where there's heavy vegetation. So why is this important? It's important to know the ordinary high water mark. It's important to know the flow regimen, because from that you will know if you will determine if this is a waters of the U.S. or not. Those rules have changed quite a bit lately, but right now intermittent and perennial streams are considered waters of the U.S. under the Clean Water Act, and we can get into that another day, but that's important for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to know. And it's important for water quality purposes, because if someone comes in and destroys this slough here and it rains, we're going to have some severe flooding because they messed up the flow. But also a lot of sediments will get into this slough and will disrupt our water quality, which is not good for downstream folks and for our oceans and wherever this may end up. All right, so that's it for today. I hope you learned something, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm still new here, so I'm trying to learn the ropes here still, but hopefully this was helpful and learning a little bit about ordinary high water mark and different flow regimens. And until next time.